There is a link to GTO Wizard in the description. If you do make a purchase using this link, I make a small bit of money which helps me to build the channel. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just thought I'd do a video analysing my mistakes. So there has been 2 or 3 comments saying that I'm making lots of mistakes, and that's great. I am, and I want to fix those. So I thought I'd try and do that together. And I'll just kind of show you what I do when I use GTO Wizard. You know, this poker's just a super hobby for me, so I'm not really taking it too seriously. But, you know, at the same time, I don't want to just repeat the same thing. Well, I do want to improve and make as much profit as possible, but I don't really take anything in life that seriously. So it is a bit of fun for me, and, you know, so that you know, that's where I'm at. So just bear that in mind when you you know, I want to create a positive, constructive community and try and learn together. You know, I'm putting the videos out there just to, again, like a super hobby, like a blog. And it's great that I got feedback saying you need to improve on some specific points. And I'll just show you what I do with GTO Wizard. And if you've got any advice about how I can use it better or differently, stop playing poker. Yeah, no, there you go. So let me just show you what I did, what I've done. So yesterday I played some $2 games. I put the video up there already, and I played some more this morning. So let's just have a look at the poker craft there. So we started to go up a little bit this morning, and that is now it's about $4 or something. I think yesterday it was at $2, so you can see that we played about 950 hands or so, so that's clear. Okay, and what I've done, I mean, we've got, this says the last 3 days, but you can see here from the dates we're really talking about yesterday and today. So there was the last night's games that are on the video, and this is this morning. Okay, so that's that, and I downloaded all those. Okay, so there's 11 items there, 1, 2, 3, all those tables, they have been downloaded, and here is the downloads. Okay, I put them into a file, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you can see that. That's all the $2 games that I played yesterday and today so far. And then I uploaded those into GTO Wizard. Okay, so, and you can see that today's the 29th where I am. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and that's where I'm at right now. I've just I haven't even looked at those yet. I've just literally downloaded, uploaded. So now I want to have a look at this. Here in GTO Wizard at the top, you've got some headline stats, and it's got, like, you know, a total 8,700 hands. I haven't really uploaded that many hands into it. Last month I didn't really do anything, and this month I've done a lot more. Okay, and this has got my correct plays and wrong plays 10%. That's a bit skew-if, because usually what I do, I kind of select a bunch of my losses, really, and just look at those hands. So if I play a session, I get, like, you know, maybe the 200 worst hands or something like that, and just upload that and try to focus on making those better. That generally, I don't generally upload every hand, if I do upload. So that tends to be what I do. I will be changing that, because I was thinking about that, because I was thinking, you know, even though, you know, I could have been positive big blinds, it still could be negative EV. So I really want to, my aim is to improve my EV overall, and that's what I've been trying to do. You know, I'm not like I say, I'm not a pro. I'm not a coach. I don't really know too much about GTO theoretically, and you know, I like to watch video channels like Finding Equilibrium. I find it's really great. I watch that nearly every day, and I recommend that channel. I like to watch Carrot Poker School. Peter Carruthers. I'm not sure how you say his name. Scottish guy. I think he used to be a coach at PokerStars. I watch his channel, and I've brought some of his products as well. That's great. I like to watch Doug Polk. I think he analyses hands really well. I like to watch a lot of the live poker. I used to watch a lot more than I do, like Hustler Casino, Live at the Bike. Sometimes I watch Raise Your Edge. Sometimes I watch Lex Velders. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these names correctly. Charlie Carell. I watch sometimes Ginge Poker. I watch a lot of poker, you know. And nearly every day I watch something. So I kind of, you know, it's like a super hobby. And I think the one guy mentioned, you know, you're really passionate about poker. I am. It's just like, for me, it is, I look forward to playing nearly every day. I enjoy playing. I know I'm not very good. You know, I'm profitable. You know, but that's not good enough, is it? You know, so I should be doing a lot better. That's my aim. And so, okay, so that's my little speech over. So let's have a look at these. Now, you know, here's the analysed hands. To be honest with you, I sometimes what I find is that it doesn't upload every hand. I don't know why. There was one here yesterday. I kept trying to upload a couple of days ago, and I tried it in several different forms. I really wanted to have a look what GTO Wizard said about it, and I just couldn't get it uploaded, and I'll probably have to put it in manually and go through the solver like that, but I didn't have time. So, you know, it does say here are the hands, and whether that's every hand, I don't know, but it is what I've uploaded. I've tried to upload every hand. Okay, so here it gives you some information about what's correct, what's incorrect. So, you know, these statistics obviously would be great to be 100%. That's the aim, isn't it? And they're not 100% correct, and there are some mistakes there, aren't there? So that's what we've got to work on. We'll have a look at those in a bit. The average EV loss here minus 0.01 or 0.08. That to me seems okay. It's not a massive loss, is it? But it's not positive, so it's negative. So I want to address that. So let's have a look. Now what I do, I just click the icon button here, the view button, and this is usually the way. I'll just show you the way I do it. If you have any other suggestions, then please let me know. I like to look at, like I say, my focus is the EV loss. Okay, and that's telling me the hands where I lost EV. Okay, so we'll have a look at these. This one doesn't have an existing GTO spot. I think that's usually if you have 3 players or more, or whatever. So we won't look at that one, and we'll have a look at a couple of these. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. And we actually won big blinds here. So then what I would do is click on the video icon. I'll just go through the game like this. So now you can see the kind of replayer. So here We are in the big blind with King Jack off and call 51%. And so yeah, call, we could call or raise. It's pretty much 50-50 there. We choose to call. Okay, that's great. There we call. And let's have a look. The next action, check, 99.6%, which we do. There's a bet coming in from the villain, 33%. There you go. And we choose to call, which is the it likes that here. It's doing with a 94% frequency. Okay, so mistake here. Bet 50%, but the EV there 6.79, EV 6.81. So really, it prefers checking most of the time here. Probably the reason why I bet here is for protection, because I just think, oh, there's a draw there with the 4-5 and the hearts. Maybe that's a mistake, but EV wise, it's not much of a mistake. So, but it's, you know, in terms of frequency, it's pretty much never betting here. So, lesson learned. Okay, so mistake. Okay, so I bet and the villain folds. So, I guess really what we didn't want to happen there was for the villain to fold. We really wanted to try and get some more money out of the villain, and we failed to do that. So that's that one. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one, which is here. And as you can hear, you know, I'm not a coach, I'm not a pro. It's just a super hobby for me, like I've already said. I'm just literally showing you what I do and showing you how I try to learn, okay? That, you know, it's kind of, if you've got any advice about how I should be using this better, how I should be thinking, I welcome it, you know. What I might do, I think some guy mentioned a while ago, you know, do I have Discord? I do have Discord, but it's in another name, and I might just set up a Discord for the channel so we get a bit of a chat going. It might be better to do than on YouTube. So time is an issue for me. I kind of thinking about it, and I thought, well, you know, I like playing, I like putting up videos, and I don't really have too much time to do too many other things, but we'll see. Okay, so what we got here? Queen 10, we in the small blind, and we folded. Yeah, I think at the time I thought this was I knew this was a mistake. So, and what we really should have been doing here is re-raising. I think it sounds like a bad excuse, but I do think at the time this was a misclick. But I would, but maybe there are times where I'm kind of misplaying Queen 10 suited in the small blind, so I need to point noted. But look at the EV 0.15, falling 0.15, well, raising 94% of the time, so certainly not folding. So I need to work on my Queen 10 suited for hit actions. Okay, lesson learned. Let me just note that in the on my piece of paper. Queen 10 suited, small blind. This is the raise, okay, or 3-bet. I'm making a note on a piece of paper now in case I forget. Okay, so that's the thing, is remembering everything. So lesson learned there. Hopefully we won't repeat that again. I'm sure we will, but you know, we'll try not to. okay, so these are a small EV losses. I'm going to leave that and go back to the uploads because, you know, just in terms of trying to get as much value out on the video, we'll have a look at the next row. So that was the first row. This is the second row. Let's have a look at this. Average EV loss to 0. That looks good. Okay. And the EV loss here, 0.5. So, okay, we will leave that row. We're kind of, in terms of the time that we got, I don't think there's much to do in there. So not many mistakes there. This, well, we got to, oh, that's big blind. Yes, okay. But the EV losses here, not a lot. Okay. Okay, that's great. So let's go back to the row number 3. Okay. The average EV loss minus 0.08. So let's have a look at that. Row 3. Okay, now we've got something to really have a look at. That's not good, is it? 4.47. And we need to learn from that. So let's have a look. What did we do wrong here? Okay, so button with ace king, raise 7.5, which we do, I think. Raise 9. Usually at the moment I'm raising 7.5. I don't know really why I raised 9, but 9's okay. Okay. And we get a fold from the small blind, a fold from the big blind, and we get a free bet. I called, which yeah, it's positive EV, doing that just less than 10% of the time. Here it says go all in, okay? And then could be a reasoning game why I didn't go all in. I do, with my ace kings, and I suppose I've got to get my head into moving more towards this strategy. I prefer to go all in, sort of blind versus blind, button versus small blind, big blind sort of thing. Okay, here, it could be that in game, the hijack was a really tight player. Could be in game, and ace king. I was thinking, you know, this is possible reason. Super nit, you know, guys just playing ace ace, king king. My ace kings are in trouble. My ace king's in trouble. That could be a possible thought process. Not necessarily the correct thought process, but it could be a possibility. Okay, so yeah, and we get a bet 50%, and I folded. So yeah, I mean, absolutely should be calling. I know that I kind of looked at the last two cards, so I wasn't really hitting nothing there. But I think in game, I just smelt that my ace king was beat. Possibly that was it. Tell me what you think, okay? Should I be doing what GTO Wizard is doing here? Or should I just trust my instincts? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? On my understanding of GTO, you're indifferent to, you know, you just gotta play like this. Okay, so that's great. So that was row 3. Oh, no. We might need to have a look at some more here. Sorry. Thought that was the end of the row. So ace king, possibly we need to continue to work on. So ace king off. We want to 4-bet, so that's what it's saying here. And then all in. Wow, okay. Oh no, so let's go back to this. We did this already. Minus 0.33, so we had ace jack here, suited. And let's have a look at this. Okay, so ace jack suited in the hijack. And yeah, folded. I know that was a complete misclick. I did that this morning actually. And I know what I was doing there. I was looking at my other screen at something, and I just timed out with that one. So yes, and I looked at that. I thought, but I actually looked at other cards that came and they missed the flop. But that was just a timeout misclick. I do know that one. Okay, so yeah, no good. Obviously, I wouldn't do that in game. Here minus 2.1 EV. So let's have a look at this. 6-5 suited in the cutoff. So here it's got folding most of the time, raising some of the time. So maybe need to fold that a little bit more. But we raise, kind of okay. We get 3-bet. I folded. So here 0.21 EV to call. So 6-5 suited, call 100%. Okay, but open raise not so much. Okay. I think what I'm doing with hands like 6-5 suited, I'm open raising pretty much 100% of the time, and I'm calling some of the time. So I'm doing it the other way around. Okay. So does that lead to the same outcome or a different outcome? So here it's saying only open sometimes, call 100% of the time. I open 100% of the time, call sometimes. I think that's the way that it is. A bit the wrong way around, but it might end up in the same outcome. I don't know. Maybe I need to change it. Okay, so that's that. EV loss. Let's have a look at the last one here. 0.15. Okay. King 3 suited in the yeah, I would usually open this and I folded. I don't know why I folded. Maybe I just didn't get around to it. But King 3 suited I would usually open, so I just need to be a little bit more awake, I think, sometimes. So that's that one. I think the rest we can leave alone. So that was row 3. Okay. Let's have a look at row 4. Average EV loss 0.02. Okay, so we will look at the top 3 here. They all don't have GTO, non-existing GTO spots. So, let's have a. We'll just look at the first one here because we lost 7 big blinds, and we'll just see what happened there. And okay, so we raise the ace jack. We get 3-bet. And I called. Here it's got fold. So, yeah. So, fold ace jack off to a 3-bet. It could be that in game we were dealing with somebody who plays re-raise. I think that guy re-raised every hand sort of thing. Re-raised, played about 100 hands and was re-raising 50% of them or something like that. So anyway, from it's got a non-existent GTO spot. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that's not GTO. I'm lost on that one, but that's what it says. The ace jack off, fold. I've just put on a note on my paper. 100% to free bet. Tell me what you think about that. I watch a lot of deep stack cash game pokers and I don't see them folding, but that's deep stack. Here we're talking 100 big blinds. Okay. Or thereabouts. So that's that. That was row 3, wasn't it? So those two hands there. Row 4. Let's have a look at this. Minus EV 0.02. He's going on from row 4. Okay. I don't know why this is saying. Oh, is this? Oh no, that's what we just did that. Okay, thought we were on row 3. We just did that. Sorry. On to row 4. Okay. Yeah. Wrong row. Okay, so this is row 4. I'll just note that on my paper. The next one's 5. EV loss. Minus 2.7 here. Let's have a look at this. Oops, don't know. Oh, this is not loading. We'll try again. Okay, yeah. So we have Jack 10 off in the big blind, facing bet from the small blind. Call 100% correct. We bet 33%. Okay. No, sorry, we don't bet 33%. We bet 33%. Okay. Yes. Bet 33% from the small blind. I'm getting confused here. Call. 78% of the time, which we did. That's fine. 50% bet from the small blind. Here it says call pretty much all the time. Okay. I folded. Never folding. Pretty much very rarely folding. Very rarely re-raising. Yeah. So I folded. I don't know. I think that's down as an inaccuracy. You know, personally, I'm not that unhappy with that fold. You know, I think I don't know. Tell me what you think. Would you fold? Would you call? Okay, so let's look at one more on this one. Minus 0.5, king 9. I do need to work on my blind versus blind, and that's the area. So King 9 are folded, King 9 off, raise 100%. Yeah. I tend to mix King 9 off here sometimes. It really depends on who's in the blinds. King 10 off, I'm definitely open raising 100% of the time. Start getting lower than that, I mix it a little bit. But here, King 9 off 100%. So, mistake. Okay, so there's a couple there. We'll have a look at the next row, row 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think it's row 6, isn't it? We just did this. Let's have a look. We'll just do that. Yeah, we did. Okay, so the next is row 6. I'm getting lost myself. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next would be row 7. Make a note of that. EV loss. Okay, we'll look at the top 2. Okay, fair enough. Minus 0.24, minus 0.14. Let's have a look at this. So the first one is we have King 10 off in the on the button. We raise. Great. We were just talking about that, weren't we? So I'll raise 100%. That's great. We get a fold from the small blind and call from the big blind. So we've got trips. We bet 33%. So here, that's okay. All the DEVs for all the options here, checking and betting. DEVs are all the same. Get a call from the big blind. Queen comes on the turn. What do? We bet 125%. Yeah, which it's doing a small amount of the time, and that's why I thought in game 0.4% of the time I need to put an overbet in here. So, you know, it is, although it's got it down as an inaccuracy, you know, it is 9.76 EV, and it is doing it to a frequency of 0.4%, and that's what I was thinking in game. I was thinking, yeah, I need to do this about this frequency, and it's the turn to do this now. And it's complete BS. I had no idea what I was doing. So, so what are the real options here? Do we look at the green tick? So betting 50% is the preferred option, and doing that 50% of the time. Most of the other time, you're either betting a little bit smaller, or you're checking. Okay, so the highest EV there is the 50% bet. Okay, so, but you know, the EV between all of them is still pretty high. You're in a good position, kind of whatever you do here. You're not going to be losing any EV, whatever you do. I'm folding. Don't fold. Whatever you do, if you learn one thing from this video, don't fold this hand in this position. Okay, so that's what we do. We get a call from the big blind, and I think I'll probably just rally this in. I don't know, a half pot, I think. Let me see what a half pot. I'm just trying to think top of my head what I do. Half pot, I think. Okay, so obviously we get a bet, and I'm all in. Obviously, actually, he's got fold in here. He's positive EV 20% of the time. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's reasons to fold. Okay, and calling 40% of the time. So all the EVs are fold there, and I just go all in. And I think once you're committed now, you're committed, aren't you? The other player folds. Okay. So obviously that turn action, if we go back there, the overbet was a bit too much. Okay. I hope you're enjoying the video. I'm just kind of showing you what I do. I mean, there was a comment today, yesterday, I made lots of mistakes. Yeah. You know, and I think I can improve. But, you know, to be honest, when I looked at these plans that I've uploaded today, I expected to see a lot more EV loss. My feeling was I made a, you know, the guy's comment, I'm not criticizing the guy's comments. I thought it was quite right. You know, right, you know, my feeling was I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't play well. So, I mean, I uploaded these hands into GTO Wizard this morning. I expected to see that the EV losses are a lot worse. So I was surprised. Maybe it's missing some hands. I've no idea, but okay. So let's have a look at just the next one and this one. We have Ace Queen off, I think. Okay, Ace Queen off. Early position. We raise 3.5, which we do. Get fold from the hijack, fold from the cutoff, call from the button. Okay, so this tells me it doesn't have Ace King. Potentially, Ace. You know, it doesn't have. I don't think it has Jack Jack, Queen Queen, King King, Ace Ace. That's my thinking. Okay, we get a fold. Fold. So we have top pair. I bet 50%. The reason why I probably bet is for a little bit of protection. We do have the top pair, but obviously the heart draws there. And it's doing this about 12% of the time. It's betting a bit smaller, and I think, yeah, I do need to probably make some of my contingency bets a bit smaller. That is a fault of mine. So, but the EV difference between all those options there is small. Okay, so there is a relatively, you know, a relative indifference there to betting all those betting options there in terms of EV. It's inelastic, isn't it? Is that the correct word? Okay, there you go. So I bet, and we get a raise. Okay, so the options here, the two options it has really is to call 80% of the time, and to raise 20% of the time. The EVs are pretty similar. Okay, so I called. Okay. And then I bet 50%. So there's a mistake. I really should be checking. That's a higher. I mean, it's still positive EV2 bet, but it's never doing that here. So we've got top pair, draw heavy board with the straight draw. You know, Queen 10's obviously got there. We've got the Queen. Really, it's checking most of the time here. That's the highest EV as well. So, and I think in game, I kind of thought check's the best option here. I kind of knew check was the best option here, but I didn't really care. So, okay, we bet, and the villain folds. So, yeah, I think my mistakes that I'm making sometimes is not. I should be allowing the villain to continue to put more money into pot. I think I'm getting villain to fold prematurely, and I'm kind of overplaying my strengths a bit, my strong position. Word. you know, I'm overplaying my hands, and that's I just need to be a bit more passive as well sometimes with some situations. Okay, so let's row 7, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah. So let's have a look at the next one. Was row 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll have a look at this. The EV loss here. Okay, so we have 1.04 here. We'll have a look at the top 3 here. Do that. So we get as much in. We've been going for about 40 minutes so far. So hopefully we try and get this at the top 3 here. What we do? The first one, 4-4 and a button, raise 100%. We got that right. But you know, here a relatively low EV from the start. So we're starting from something that's not there's not much in it. And that's what I often think about these low pairs. Not much in it. And we get fold from the small blind, 4 on the big blind. So we check. Oh, we get a check from the big blind rather. Okay. We check, which is happening 85% of the time, so good. Okay, and the big blind bets. Now I fold, okay, and I should be calling. Okay, so yes, I mean technically we have the aces. Yeah. 4-4. Yeah. This is a weakness of mine, I think, sometimes with the lower pairs, particularly blind versus blind, button versus small blind, button versus big blind. I should be continuing. So here, you know, 0.1 EV to continue. So I'll make a note of that, okay? On this particular board. So unpaired, small pairs, continue, paired board, but be blind. Okay. So yeah, that's that one. The next one, 0.68. Put off, raise. Correct. Now here, if we look at the EV 0.12, not a lot in it. So I always have this in mind with, you know, I kind of know what the low EV hands, and I'm not just going to play hands that have EV. I mean, I don't think it, you know, if you're open raising H3 suited, I think it's, you know, the EV on that is very small, isn't it? 0. So anyway, so we get a fold from the button. We get call from the small blind and a fold from the big blind. So call from the small blind tells me that the hand's not strong. Obviously, I don't think he has a monster hand, but something like King Queen he does have. Something like King Jack it does have. Something like, you know, Queen Jack. There's a, you know, all those are probably there, and then small pairs, 4-4. So we check. So it's only doing that a small percent of the time. We should be betting. The EV is the same, but well, I say should be betting. But you know, the better options, frequency, are all betting. I suppose that's because we do have the kings, we do have the queens, and the small blind check. So, you know, our check is not great here. Okay, and we get a check from the small blind, and I check, which is it's doing most of the time here. All the EVs are the same. Get a check from the small blind, and I should be betting here up, and with the ace high, and I don't. I check. So the EV is 1.4, 1.7. So they're both positive EV, and I won the hand, but it was still a blunder. Okay. Okay. Let's pause it there because I'm just conscious I don't really want to make the video more than 1 hour. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed that. I will have a look at the other hands in my own time. But really what I wanted to show you is just what I do. And it's not really just to say, it's not really to say this is the way to do it. What I'm saying is I don't really know what I'm doing. This is just a super hobby for me. I'm a profitable poker player. I'm not a pro, and I'm not a coach. So if there's anything that you guys have to feedback, and let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I did one of these videos before, and I haven't done one for a long time. I will try to do more. I just want you to try to show you as much as I can of what I do. I probably will do another video in where I just play on the trainer a little bit in the next few days. Okay, so take care, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.